I'm Spike.
I'm Chris.
The show. Welcome aboard. Yeah. What a long freaking week it's been. The temperatures are going. My sinuses are going.
Yeah, but for some reason, my eye just now started to burn.
Yay!
So now I got itchy eye.
That's an allergic reaction to the BS we got coming into this week. Oh boy, I just heard about the Snyder cut of Justice League. They've taken Jeff Johns' name off of it. I wonder if it was Scott Snyder took it off, the producers took it off, or if Jeff Johns insisted it come off.
I would guess that last part. It's amazing because people are just now realizing, and it just came out, everybody's talking about it, that, oh, hey, yeah, this isn't a director's cut, it's a whole new movie.
Last I heard, it's turning into a mini-series. This thing's clocking in at, what, 3.5 hours and counting now?
Oh, and
I like the promo material they have for it. It's got Justice League in real tiny little letters and then Scott Snyder in a
yeah,
big old 1,000-point font.
And it just got worse, too.
Yay. Yeah.
Well, apparently, he decided to add a brand new character into the mix.
Yay.
Oh, no, yay.
Hey.
No, yay.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Let me think who could be the worst. Let's see.
Who is it?
It couldn't be Starman because they're trying to work with that what's his face?
This is a villain.
Vertigo.
This is a villain.
Oh, let's see. It wouldn't be Lex Luthor again because there ain't nobody bald in Hollywood at the moment. Not Brainiac because Brainiac would make too much sense. No. It couldn't be Cheetah because that's going to be for some other crappy movie.
I'll give you another hint.
Wait! Hold it.
Oh.
Jared Leto. Is it Jared Leto? Jared Leto's Joker, isn't it? God.
Yes, it is. Yes. Somehow, Jared Leto is coming back as the Joker. And
because that worked out so well last week.
I know. It's like he's like the worst Joker ever, and they decided, hey, I want to put him in this movie. And the thing is that he was only in Suicide Squad. But apparently, they made it to where that Justice League and the Suicide Squad is in the same universe.
I could see that, yeah. I do have a question, though. If, okay, I could see Justice League and Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad, being in the same universe because they both sucked pretty hard. But do you think, because DC, there's been a lot of DC news in this last week. We'll stick to this one at the moment, though. But, so let's say Scott Snyder's Justice League and Zack Snyder?
Zack Snyder.
Some Snyder. Schneider's League.
I apologize.
Snyder League is in the same universe as Suicide Squad. Do you think that Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Shazam are in a different universe? Because things seem little bit more optimistic over in their side of the street. And if Gunn is doing Suicide Squad, does that take place in the Wonder Aqua Zam verse, or?
I'm hoping that Shazam and Aquaman has its own universe, and that has nothing to do with this. But sadly, I think it does because there's rumors saying that Amber Heard and, of course, Aquaman himself will be in this Justice League Snyder Cut film. Except, and here's the thing, Henry Cavill, who plays Superman, said that he has not done any reshoots for the movie. And I'm like, that's odd. Everybody else is coming back. Except for the man himself, who was a big part of Justice League when he came back. You know, so it's like, especially with the mustache thing. That was the big trouble with the first movie, the mustache. So you're saying that he's not coming back to do any reshoots?
Why not? It's a big old blazing dumpster fire anyway. But,
Yeah.
But there were a couple other DC news-ish type things. DC Comics themselves had dropped Diamond Comic Distributors, the guys who actually get the comics to the shops. DC had dropped that one that they had used for like 15 years and went with two new ones called UCS and Lunar. Those would be the two new distributors. Well, now there is one. They're only going to be using Lunar from now on. They've dropped UCS. Apparently UCS is owned by a huge comic shop in New York City called Midtown Comics. Okay? UCS is designed to distribute smaller books, independent books, stuff like that. But they signed on with DC. Yeah, let's give it a try. DC wanted to started offering returnability on their books because, God bless their little hearts, they're still going to try to reboot their entire universe with what's being called the 5G movement. Movement being the operative word, because this is going to blow through the bowels. This is bowel blow in 4 colors, no less.
Is this the same thing where, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I did hear that they are doing a new Batman comic book where he's poor.
Mm-hmm.
He lost all of his money.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the same? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
See, I try to stay away from
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
you know what Batman,
really?
You know what poor Batman is?
What?
Darkwing Duck. That's poor Batman. Drake Mallard never had 2 cents to throw together because Gosling kept destroying half of St. Canard. But anyway, speaking of which, you can catch that episode of DuckTales for free on YouTube now. It's on the Disney XD YouTube channel. It's called Let's Get Dangerous. It's 45 minutes, and if you're willing to sit through a few 15-second commercials, it's all yours. This is the new one.
Yes.
It is. So it's available for free now on YouTube. Go get it while you can.
Well, I won't go watch it.
And there was something else happened DC related, and what in the world was it? It was, okay, there was Jared Leto. Let's see, they were changing 5G. God bless it. What was the other thing? There was some other DC thing going on this past week, and I can't remember what it was. Hey, he's got news notes. Let's see if he's got anything about DC Universe. I know the streaming app is almost to its new
Nope, nothing about DC. Except
Nothing
for
about
the
DC.
Jared Leto thing.
Jared Leto thing. I'll think about it sometime. But in the meantime, here's Chris with more newsy type things.
Well, I tell you what, it's not all bad this time, okay? It's actually icons that is coming back. Some of our pop icon culture is coming back to play in, I got to say, in a very good way.
Is Gennady Tartakovsky still trying to do Popeye?
I don't know nothing about that.
For those of you who don't know, Gennady Tartakovsky, and everybody butchers his name. Take it from me, man. You take it from me, Mr. T. It's easy to get your name butchered reliably. Gennady is the guy who created Dexter's Laboratory and Samurai Jack for Cartoon Network / Adult Swim. He's been working with King Feature Syndicate on a new CGI Popeye movie. Oh, he also did Clone Wars, the Star Wars Clone Wars series, and created Ahsoka, whatever the hell her name is.
I take that back. I have heard about this, but it's been like a year or two ago when I heard about it.
Apparently it's still somewhere in the pipeline. You know those so-called flushable wipes that people keep flushing down the toilet, and it gets caught in the public sewer and forms these huge rags that the poor old sewer guys have to try to block off somehow. That's how it's trying to pass through the Hollywood system right now, which, let's face it, is its own raging dumpster fire right now. Just ask the poor folks at 10th Frame Cinema about that. But supposedly it's in the pipeline. I've actually seen some footage from it few isolated little snippets. It looks good, and of course it's Gennady Tartakovsky, so you know it's. He's kind of like Gennady is kind of like Jeff Johns. I'll give anything he does a try. Just I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Show me. I think he's working on his new current project. Somebody fact check me on this. It's not Primeval. It's some kind of prehistoric hoo-ha. Some show he's got going on. I don't have any of my electronica with me right now, so I can look it up and verify. But either way, Popeye's coming. What were you saying? You said there are some other things coming from Hollywood.
Yes, but I didn't put it all in order, so it's in there. It's in the news. But
let's talk.
All right, let's talk. With all the streaming services out there, there was one that popped up that we kind of knew was not going to work out. I'm talking about Quibi.
We need to do this in under 7 minutes. You understand that, right?
Okay.
Who knew that 7 minutes would be about its lifespan of the service? I gotta admit, 6 months is. How fast do you burn through? Okay, now hold on. How fast do you burn through the capital, the money that Jeffrey Katzenberg gives up on you, and every angel investor in Hollywood doesn't want anything to do with it?
Well, I mean,
there are people who are willing to crowdfund. They're willing to kickstart, snort and blow off a hooker's stomach, and nobody wants anything to do with Quibi.
Quickston.
Quishy Crush.
I mean, the whole idea that
the Mighty Boosh, whatever it is.
They was wanting to rebrand TV, but yet you was only going to get like 10 minutes worth an episode a week, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
And it's like, who would do that? And the thing is that they actually spent money on big time actors to do this stuff. It just.
Jeffrey Katzenberg just had one of those Hunter Biden moments.
And plus, it was like, how much a month? I think it was like up there. It was up there.
It was up there in HBO Max territory.
It's like, what, $14 a month?
Like
what the heck?
It was high. It was up there to Netflix territory. It wasn't quite up to HBO Max.
It was a stupid idea, and the fact that somebody out there actually said, you know what, this might work. So they greenlit it, and then you had Quibi. And then they're like, man, we made a mistake. Like, no duh.
Just remember, Chris, they don't do cocaine in Hollywood anymore. Or any less.
Sure.
So what else you got? I do have one thing to say on this, because when I saw Quibi, the only thing I thought about it was, thank God that spares us the Princess Bride remake.
Oh no, they already did it.
Oh, they already did it?
Yeah, you can find all these on YouTube, because basically all it is people in their backyards reenacting the scenes. Like
yeah.
that was it actually.
Like Quibi. Yeah.
Kid you not, that's what it was. I saw the entire episodes because it was on YouTube and it was on Instagram. You saw it all. Target.
We did this I got it last week. We haven't had a chance to show it off yet. The Princess Guide storybook board game. This is something from a company called Ravensburger Games. It's only available at Target. It's about $30. Basically, you're playing the grandfather. Okay, you're not playing any of the characters directly in the story. You're the grandfather trying to tell the story to the kid, his grandson, without being interrupted and losing the plot.
Yes.
So, and the actual game board opens up like a storybook, and you have to waltz the characters through each scene to its completion, so you can turn the page and go to the next scene. You have to complete all 6 scenes in order to have fun storming the castle and ride off into the sunset. But
that's awesome.
It is an awesome little thing. That $30 storybook game is infinitely better than all the crap Quibi came up with when it came to the Princess Bride. Ignore the Quibi versions of the Princess Bride. Just Go to Target.com, see if they have any left, because I think they were at a limited number. I was one of the first to get the order in. So,
Awesome.
and I'd been waiting a month and a half since I found out about it to get it in there. Anyway, so Target.com, look for the Princess Bride Ravensburger, just like a hamburger made out of Ravensburger, and you should be able to find it. So, and like I said, it's going to run about $30, so that's the one you're looking for.
It's worth it.
Anyway,
So it's been a few shows ago that I mentioned that there was a guy that had a jetpack that was flying over Los Angeles airport.
mm-hmm.
Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
He was spotted again.
Was he buzzing around outside your window honking his horn for 45 minutes yesterday? The Trump train went through Mount Starling yesterday. Listen, I support Trump this time around. I voted for him in 2016, but Donald, please tell these guys in the Trump train, not all of you have to honk your frickin' horns. I mean, at least they went through in the, what was it, in the morning?
Yeah.
They didn't go through it like 10 o'clock at night or something doing it.
No, thank God for that.
willikers.
But man, it was still.
So it's not just Biden people who can be really annoying, but
It's just.
although to be honest, to be fair, nobody in the Trump train set any fires. At least not deliberately. If they weren't keeping up with their exhaust systems, they may have sparked a couple of.
They polluted a lot.
Polluted the gene pool a lot. Anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah, just the fact that I had to give this. I'm sorry, but this guy with the jetpack, I got to give, thumbs up to, because, dude, that's awesome. You need to share that. Be like, hey, we got jetpacks now. Everybody can fly. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Well, everybody can fly for about 15 seconds until they lose control of it and land on their heads.
But this guy's doing pretty good, and nobody can catch him. It's like, really? How can you not catch this guy? He's over the airport. You should see that little blimp right there. Just like, okay, there he is. Now we need to get some helicopters to follow him. Something.
The Rocket what? Yeah.
The rocket what? The Rocketeer. All right. Yes. Okay. So,
Rocketeers on my pillow. What?
guess what?
Chicken butt.
Chicken butt. Chicken butt.
What?
You remember Smokey and the Bandit?
Yeehaw.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the one that inflicted Coors Light on the rest of the country. Thank you very much, Bert, Sally, and Jerry. Thank you very much.
Well, apparently they are going to do a Smokey and the Bandit TV series for Peacock.
Isn't Jerry Reed dead? Sally Field's dead.
I think
her career's dead, at least.
Sutherfield's still alive.
Oh.
I think everybody else is dead.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds is dead.
So yeah. But
the Trans Am's still kicking around, though. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. That's the.
See, this is what you need to do. Here's how you bring Smokey and the Bandit back, okay?
Oh,
you get
boy.
Sally
Here we go.
Field, you put her in the driver's seat of the Trans Am, she hooks up some boy toy, and then they go running around, and Jerry Reed's son is now driving the Knight Industries semi, so they have to pull the Firebird up into the semi, and then they implant Kit's brain into the under the hood of the Trans Am, and then they take off.
Oh wow, wow.
And they've given it a new orange paint scheme with the little blue Southern Cross across the top of it with the number 01 on the side.
I would actually so watch that. It's like you got 3 shows in one.
They have to run to Hazard, Kentucky in order to pick up some
Booze.
pick up some moonshine for the.
I would so watch it. That's like 3 shows in one right there. There you go. Brilliant idea.
And then they have to take I-75 back up through Cincinnati and pick up Johnny Fever on their way back to Denver, Colorado. There you go.
Man.
See, I just right out of my butt.
That is just brilliant. You need to work in Hollywood. That would be great.
That's like 70s fest right there.
Oh my goodness. That is.
You can call it
That's
the
awesome.
Reagan rally. Just all their, because that's about the same time. But anyway, the worst part is the 3 people who are watching this episode right now they really want to see this show. And if you're smart, you'll find somebody who can do some animation and get this thing together and get it out there. It doesn't have to be long, just 5 minutes, so you don't overbeat the plot. But
That would be so awesome, except for
violating all the copyright.
yeah. That'd be people suing left or right, but but it's
hey, just call it a political protest. You can get away with anything then. All right, what else you got?
Great. Well, again, some more pop culture news here. Stephen King's son is going to bring a remake of his dad's old film. Guess what it is?
An episode of Columbo. Steven Spielberg actually directed one of the first episodes of Columbo, by the way. It's real. It's true. He really did that.
I
don't know.
not know
Which
that.
one?
But this is Stephen King.
Oh, this is Stephen King. Oh,
Yes.
I was thinking of somebody successful. Oh, sorry. Stephen King has not had a very good record of late. Let's see. Carrie,
Nope.
Christine,
Nope.
Cujo.
Nope.
I'm all out of K's. What?
Maximum Overdrive.
The Green Goblin on the front of the.
Stephen King's son is wanting to remake and bring to the big screen a remake of Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive is the one with the killer trucks, right?
Yes.
The killer semi.
Yes, where they all go crazy.
Which was a direct rip-off of Duel, which was also directed by Stephen King. Anyway.
Good movie.
Oh, by the way, if you have a choice of seeing Maximum Overdrive or Duel, watch Duel.
Duel. Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely watch Duel. Anyway,
Awesome.
the Dennis Weaver is so much of Anyway, I don't see how he's going to be able to do this because the evil semi does have the Green Goblin's face on the front of it, which means they would have to license that from Marvel if he's going to do an effective remake. And you think Disney's going to let any other studio anywhere? Well, they'd actually have to go to Sony and Disney in order to license that. So that's going to be fun.
I mean, yeah.
That's going to be a lot of hookers.
True.
That's going to be a lot of hooker stomach blow right there.
True.
True.
But
that.
unless he decides to use something different on the front.
Sonic the Hedgehog. He's fast.
There you go.
Wreck-It Ralph. If you're going to get Disney mad at you, you might as well do something.
I wonder if William Shatner ever gets, back pay for Halloween mask. I mean, every time they use that face, I
bet he gets residuals off of it. You can still buy William Shatner masks every Halloween. Go into a Spirit Express; they'll have a bunch of them. And he gets residuals off of the masks, not off the Halloween things. But,
well,
I still say Halloween 3 was the most superior to the other Halloween movies, except maybe the first one. The first one, then the third one, and then the rest fall in line behind it. I know I'm one of the few. Get over it. I'm flying my freak flag on that one. What else you got, big boy?
All right. Well, if you are a huge John Wick fan, guess what? I don't know exactly where it is, but they are going to form a roller coaster ride. Okay, that is 10 stories tall. And it is basically it's kind of like a ride inside the Continental. And if you know anything about the John Wick movies, which I know he's never seen them, the Continental is basically a sacred ground for people, basically for assassins. So it's like you can't kill nobody on Continental ground. So, it's basically the Continental Hotel. And apparently the ride is going to be following through the hotel. So it's it kind of reminds me of what's that Tower of Terror? I don't know if it's going to be like the doors open you're on the elevator, the door's open, and you see like John Wick kicking somebody's butt, and then the door is closed or something like that. I don't know, but it's interesting. It's really interesting.
I think it's really interesting because they're using alternative energy for it. They're using the alternative energy they're using. Puppy power. Shut up, Scrappy. Come on, John. Bring it on. You got your dog right here, John. Come on, John. Anyway. I am treating that news item with every bit as much seriousness as it deserved. Go ahead.
Wow. Wow.
Shut up, Scrappy. Anyway.
Wow.
What you got?
Ah.
What you got?
More pop culture news.
Yeah.
Willow is getting a TV series on Disney Plus,
I'm sorry.
starring Warwick Davis returning as Willow in the series.
Is David Bowie back?
Wrong thing, man.
David Bowie was not in Willow?
Oh, he
is
was in
the
Labyrinth.
He was in Labyrinth. I get Willow and Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal mixed up.
See what I'm working with?
And
Dark Crystal?
the Dark Crystal.
That has nothing to do with Willow or Labyrinth. There was no humans in that one at
What's
all.
Warwick Davis gonna do? Be a footstool? I don't.
Oh. See what I got to do with it?
But David Bowie's not gonna be there, right?
No,
Of course, he's kind of dead now.
Yeah,
but
he's dead.
that hasn't
so
stopped him before.
But he wasn't even
He's a
in
thin white
Willow.
dude, man. He can be anywhere he wants to.
Why do I even try?
So you're telling me that Warwick Davis is going to be on the John Wick ride? Is that what the relationship is here? Is he? Is
What
he
kind
on
of
the continent?
medicine are you on? How did you go from John Wick to Willow?
I'm on sign off and not nearly enough. Anyway, Willow. Okay, remind me. Okay, so we're not talking about the Jim Henson puppet.
No,
Dark
I
Crystal.
don't think.
We're not talking about the one Labyrinth, which is it has David Bowie in it, and that's all I can tell you.
Willow is. Have you never seen Willow?
I'm sorry, I have a set of testicles. No, I haven't seen Willow. You're welcome.
Wow. It's basically kind of like Lord of the Rings, except miniature size.
That's why I said I got a pair of popos. I don't watch this.
You got magic, dark magic. You have Val Kilmer. Ron Howard directed it.
Yes. Oh, that's right. I remember Ron Howard directed. It's got Val Kilmer and Warwick Davis, which makes this the most ghetto version of a film franchise. Like you said, it when it first came out. When it first came out, this is like 87, 86, 87, 88, somewhere around there. It's somewhere in the 80s. Even then, okay, I haven't read any J.R.R. Tolkien at all at this point. And I'm like, this is a Lord of the Rings ripoff. What the hell are they doing? They must have been too cheap to pay for the rights. And to be honest, until Peter Jackson, nobody could pull the Tolkien estate's head out of its rump long enough to actually make an effective. Rankin Bass managed to pull it off, but they only got the one movie out of it. But anyway.
True.
Although I still consider that the Rankin Bass version be superior to the Hobbit, the live action one they did. I love you, Martin Freeman, but shit. Anyway. So now that I've just completely just dumped all over the news about Willow being remade as a TV series with Warwick Davis, why do we care? Is this like a continuation of the plot from the movie, or is this just a rehash?
I don't know.
Is this coming to Quibi?
This is just one of those. This is just one of those things.
You can almost count to three.
Disney
1,
Plus.
2, 3.
Disney Plus is like doing so many TV shows now. It's gonna get ridiculous because they're announcing like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this as a TV show on Disney Plus. Which I mean, it's all right, but it's like, man, you guys are just like.
That's what I don't understand. Disney is just jerking everybody around, and they're putting all their eggs in the Disney Plus basket. Disney, be careful what you're doing. There's a reason, there's an old saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. The reason it's old is because it's true. If you put all your crap into your Disney Plus streaming, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. Go ask Netflix, find out when Netflix is going to be able to pay off all that debt. Netflix is so far in the hole, it ain't funny. They've borrowed pretty much every dime of their production budget.
You know what I don't understand is that they released the top streaming services.
Mm-hmm.
And like number 1 was Hulu, number 2 was Disney Plus, number 3 is Netflix.
I can't imagine who would have sponsored that study. Maybe Disney.
I was just thinking, I was like,
Disney owns both Hulu and Disney Plus, so
well,
why would they be listed as one too?
Well, exactly. I didn't think about that, but I was just like,
Hulu,
why in the hell is Disney Plus number 2? Because I mean, sorry,
because it's full of crap.
Look, I love Disney Plus.
I love Baby Yoda, but
I love Baby Yoda. I love Baby
the other
Yoda.
11 months out of the year.
And I love watching the old cartoons that I grew up with, but I've already done that. And now every time I get on there to see if they added something new, it's always nature shows. Again, nothing wrong with that, but you got too many of those damn things. Sorry.
It's because they're cheap to make.
Yeah. And
why do you think PBS has so many nature films on? Why do you think BBC has so many nature documentaries on?
I mean, I understand.
They're cheap
it's just,
to make.
It's just crazy. But it's like, listen, I got Disney Plus, not just because The Mandalorian and everybody talked about Mandalorian.
The Baby Yoda
but
show.
you guys promised me WandaVision, the Falcon and the Snowman, or whatever the heck it's called.
The Winter Soldier. Yes.
Yeah. And what was the other one? Oh, Loki. And all these shows from the Marvel things. And I was just like, heck yeah. You guys said that was all going to be on there. A year later, and we still haven't seen that one dang thing, except for WandaVision will be out in December.
Maybe.
And that's, yeah, maybe. And it's like, but you guys promised all this stuff before you even started the streaming service. Mm-hmm. You promised all of us this.
That's corporate America, man. Overpromise and underdeliver. So that's not even Hollywood. That's just the American corporations right now. They all overpromise and underdeliver.
Look,
and they think that's good customer service or something.
Why am I still paying for Disney Plus? I don't know, because honestly, I haven't watched nothing on there in several months now.
That makes you the perfect customer. You realize that?
I know.
The idea is to get your mitts into this guy's wallet. Don't provide him with a thing and just take his money every month. Now, if you can do that by about 40, 50, 60 million people like Netflix does, the problem Netflix has is that people are actually watching the service. Netflix wants you to.
Yeah,
why do you think
I
so
watch
much
more
of their
stuff on Netflix.
That's why so much of their original stuff is crap.
Yeah.
The idea is they keep you just enough to keep you from wandering off and actually canceling the thing. And they want you to stay in there and keep paying them money without using any of their resources. Don't watch their stuff. Don't use their bandwidth. Don't do any of that stuff, but keep paying them money. That's what every business on the planet wants to do. They want you to give them money for nothing. That's all they want to do. And I got to admit, if I were in business, I would want people to give me money and then expect absolutely nothing in return. Why do you think? Why do you think organized religion has been cleaning up for so many thousands of years? Anyway,
all I watch is Hulu and Netflix. Disney Plus, I know on the 30th of this month, next Saturday, I'll definitely be watching Disney Plus because The Mandalorian Season 2
Baby Yoda
will be on there. Yeah, so I'll definitely be back. But it's just, I don't know, it's like you guys need to put some more great content on there than just nature stuff. Just saying, this is going to get
make it easier to find at least. But.
And even in a new release, it had Maleficent, and I'm like, where did it go? Because it was on there when I first got Disney Plus.
Well, they took it off and put it back on.
Oh, Really? I didn't even notice.
Now, speaking of Hulu, you do know the new Animaniacs is about to hit.
Yes.
And they actually have Pinky and the Brain coming back too.
Pinky and the Brain.
And Steven Spielberg's involved and all kinds
Did you
of
watch
stuff.
the trailer for
I didn't
that?
see the trailer for that. So.
The Jurassic Park.
Yeah, you told me about it. I finally tripped over it on YouTube. So that ought to be fun at least. At least Hulu's trying, so that puts them one up on.
Hulu's doing good because I love their originals. There's a couple of the original shows that they've done that I love, and plus they got the TV thing. I watch TV, so I don't have to pay for cable.
Mm-hmm.
So and things like that. So it's like, it's not bad.
And I think it's is it like $7 or $8 a month with the ads?
Yeah.
It's not even that much. It's like $6 or $7.
It's not that much.
As long as you don't mind sitting through the ads. And honestly, millennials learn the value of an ad break. If you've got 2.5 minutes, and I love Hulu because they tell you how much more time you've got till the ads are over. You got enough time to get up, go use the bathroom, come back. Hopefully wash your hands before you come back.
Go get you something to drink.
That's what the ad breaks are for. You don't have to sit there through the ad break. Get up and do something. But wait, that requires you to get up and do something. I'm sorry.
I was watching something on YouTube, and a buddy of mine was over, and I was like, hold on, let this ad get done. He's like, you do know you can pay to not have ads. And I looked at him like,
why would you do
why? Like, I'm not going to pay
extra. Nothing on YouTube is good enough to pay for.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like, I'm not going to pay extra for YouTube to not show ads. It's like, I don't care if they show ads. If it's one of those things where you can see the timer up there, if it's too long, I back out, go back in, back out, go back in until it's finally there.
Shh.
I know.
Don't tell them how to hack YouTube now.
It's just, it's pretty easy.
You can't hack the ad servers. They're very easy.
It's like...
You know what? Now, YouTube's ad servers and we go round and round and round because they're the ones who used to show me Big Pervy, that medication, that AIDS medication they kept showing me over and over. And then they showed me something else. Right now, all I'm getting is a steady feed of Amy McWrath and Mitch McConnell ads. This is all they're showing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I don't want to get political here, but don't you find it funny that it's like, okay, Amy McWrath, it's always about she's a mom and she was in the military, and then the other one, he's like, she's a mom and she was in the military. It's like,
you realize this is
hilarious.
This is about the 5th ad campaign just for this year for Amy McWrath. She's gone negative. She's tried to throw mud all over Mitch McConnell, but old Cocaine Mitch, he don't care. It just slides right off him. He turns around, punches her back. The reason she's doing the mom and military routine is because they started showing ads with caricatures of Cocaine Mitch McConnell and his Asian wife, Elaine Chao, who used to be Labor Secretary. They started showing an ad featuring caricatures of these two and insinuating that Elaine Chao, her family owns her family apparently owns a communist Chinese coal mining firm or something.
They keep on talking about that too, the whole bringing money and stuff.
But when they did the caricature of Elaine Chao, apparently they ticked a lot of Asians off. And don't forget, there are a lot of Asians in Kentucky because of Toyota and all the others. Amy McWrath didn't know there were Asians in Kentucky. She thought this is not a joke. Amy McWrath thought there were no Asians in Kentucky because it's Kentucky. What are they going to do over here? Only white people live in Kentucky, except for Breonna Taylor in Louisville, and she's dead now, so there's nothing left but white people in Kentucky. She had no idea that her precious little caricature would get her in trouble. That's why they're going so hard with the sweet family woman route
But
now.
it doesn't work because I'm watching this campaign and I laugh every time I turn around. Look, nothing against Amy McWrath. I don't know the woman, and honestly, I don't care. But if you're going to spend money on an ad, you can't just have some mother holding her child saying, I'm voting for Amy McWrath because she's just like me. She's a mother. And literally, this is what she said. I think she has a plan for the pandemic that nobody else has really talked about. Like, oh yeah, so this one woman knows more about how to handle this pandemic than the entire world.
No. That's not what she said. She said she has a plan for this pandemic. You know what the plan is? Wear the masks for another 2 years until the next congressional election.
That might have been it.
That
Who
was
knows?
it. That's it.
But that was the entire commercial, and at the end it had on small letters, she's a mom. She has a plan. Like, really? You spent money on this?
This is an episode of the Brady Bunch now.
That's hilarious. Okay, anyway, we'll get off the whole. I don't even know what we were talking about. Okay, we'll move on from all this.
Amy Carol Brady McGrath.
Oh, this is just it's hilarious stuff.
No, seriously. Okay, I'm gonna stop the laugh for a second. Understand, this is her third campaign.
Right.
This is her third. This is Amy McGrath's third campaign. Okay, she's run against Andy Barr for the 6th District House of Representatives and lost big. She tried to go up against Andy Beshear for the governorship and lost big. And now she's trying to go against Mitch McConnell and get the Senate. And she's from California. What is it with her in Kentucky? Is it the chicken? Is it something here? I know we're supposed to have the best hemp in the country, but is there something attracting her here? What is it? Does she have... I don't know. I don't care. Amy, move on, honey. Move. There's a reason they called it MoveOn.org, okay? Move right on back to California, which does everything the way you want it done anyway. So bye-bye, Amy. We don't need you over here. Go on home.
The thing that gets me, and people don't know this, is what you need to go and check out how much money is spent on campaign ads. Not just like small town, like state, but also like presidential ads and things like that. You want to get me to vote? Spend your money on an ad where you literally tell people like me what it is you are going to do. Don't bother trashing the other person. Don't trash the other person. You tell me what it is you're going to do for me and my family and what it is that you're going to do for us. Literally. That's what I want. You spend money on a campaign for that and you tell me what it is you're going to do. I will literally be like, all right, finally, somebody who's doing it the right way.
Okay.
I might actually vote.
They drop a little over $2 billion in a presidential election year on ads and stuff. Instead of buying ads, why don't you do this? Take that $2.1 billion, split it between the 300 million Americans, give everybody a $7 Walmart gift card, and then say courtesy of the Democrat Party, the Republican Party, whatever, and just let them go at it.
Yeah,
and just see what happens. And that will actually do folks some good. But
yeah,
that would require actually doing something. So, plus that would require Democrats buying Walmart gift cards, and apparently Democrat National Committee wants nothing to do with Walmart, no matter how many hundreds of $1 million the Waltons keep throwing at them. But anyway, I digress. Well, let's get off politics. You got anything else in the news stuff before we wrap this?
We're
going to wrap it up like a deuce in the middle of the night. Anyway.
Oh, God.
Yes, you're right. That's it, deuce, not douche. That's
I thought
the line.
it was deuce.
It is deuce.
Okay.
Wrapped up like a deuce.
Because years I always thought that it was douche, and I'm like, why would we be singing about a douche?
Because douches, I guess, come in plastic wrap or something.
Oh, anyway.
I know what a deuce is. I don't see how that's any better. But anyway, go ahead.
What about the dude?
The Big Lebowski?
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with the Big Lebowski. What do you got against the Big Lebowski?
Nothing, except for, sadly, Jeff Bridges, the actor, loved the guy, fantastic dude, has been diagnosed with lymphumemmia. He is currently okay. They're working. You got some good doctors, but yeah, I just thought that should be mentioned. Because
Leukemia, lymphoma. Because I don't know if no lymphemia.
It's
Spell it.
Lymphoma.
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 Okay.
Lymphoma.
That's basically a cancer of the lymph glands, which is what it controls. Oddly enough, the lymph glands, I believe, are part of the growth regulation. They help regulate the growth of new cells. So if that goes, yeah, that's why lymphoma is such a nasty piece of fudge.
So,
come on, dude, you can do this.
yeah,
Tell you what, I'll swing by and pick you up a half gallon of milk on my way home, so that way you can
don't let
have
the
some
dude
cereal
down.
on while you're waiting for the treatment.
So
we're with you.
Wish you the best.
Anything
all
else?
right. Yes. So last story. I figured I saved the best for last because honestly, this actually makes me very happy.
Uh-oh.
Another pop culture is coming back to our TVs. Tim Burton has decided to but bring back a live-action TV series of The Addams Family. I was late on that. It's Tim Burton.
To be honest. Okay, I think Tim Burton, is a huge artist. He knows his art history. He knows exactly who Charles Addams was, because Charles Addams is the creator of the Addams Family. He knew who Charles Addams was. You could tell just by looking at his work. He was heavily influenced by Addams. Whether directly or indirectly, I don't know. But I'm sure it was pretty much... He was Disney, I'm sure it was directly. So, the problem is, the Addams Family have been redone and redone and redone. You had the TV series in the 60s, which I still adore, and 24/7 channel of Pluto of the Addams Family. Perfect family watching for Halloween, by the way, or Christmas or anywhere else. Then you had Raul Julia and do a version back around 1990 or so. Excellent version. And then you had a second one there, Addams Family Values, which was freaking hilarious, where they introduced the baby. And then you did another reboot. Not that long ago, it was an animated reboot.
Yeah,
like
it's actually playing at the theaters right now.
Yeah, and so Tim Burton doing the Addams Family, I would be interested in seeing this. I'd like to see how he does, because I'm sure it's going to drive a lot of Addams Family fans up the wall if they're not that familiar with Charles Addams and his original cartoons, because the single panel cartoons I think he did for the New Yorker back in the 50s and 60s that they were based on were a bit disturbed. They are very, very dark. If Tim Burton does this right, and Tim Burton usually does do it right, this is going to be him remaking an Addams Family TV series. Was it TV series or movie?
TV series, live action TV
This
series.
would be the darkest humor you've seen on TV in eons.
Yeah, I tried to
Probably
think,
since Max Headroom.
I tried to think if Tim Burton has ever had his hands in on the TV thing, and I don't know. I know that there was.
He did Family Dog for Steven
I forgot
Spielberg.
about Family Dog.
I believe that was the last major TV project he did.
I was thinking, I didn't know if he had anything to do with the cartoon Beetlejuice.
I'm sure he had some influence in it. He
I
probably had
forgot about that.
some of his animators were probably involved with that, but I think that was more Warner, not Disney. Burton's always been a Disney guy.
Well, this makes me really excited because, of course, it's Tim Burton. If it was somebody else, then I'd be like, but it's Tim Burton. But the best thing is, we don't know where this show is going to land, and I'll tell you why. As soon as Tim Burton announced this, everybody is trying to literally get their hands on this.
Well, imagine every streaming service wants this because this would be a lynch. Can you imagine if Quibi could have gotten a hold of this?
Oh,
It could have actually saved their service. Hulu would definitely want it because Disney couldn't park it on Disney
as
Plus.
far as I know of, Netflix is wanting it.
Yeah.
HBO Max is wanting it.
Mhm. CBS All Access, I'm sure, would want it
I
because
think that might
they're
have been
the
the other
ones-
one. There's a
Paramount.
bunch of them.
Paramount, I think, was original. Well, CBS was original producer of the Addams Family TV show, so they had the first crack at it. And actually, I think Paramount has done all the movies since then. So
Yeah.
it's a Paramount property.
So, I don't know exactly. I mean, it may land on one of those. We're not exactly for sure yet. And the thing is, if Tim Burton's in charge, he's not going to fall for just some, measly thing. It's like, oh, you might have the best money, but I don't know if this is going to fit there.
That's
He's
the other-
smart. He's not
that's-
going to just like,
That's the other problem. Tim Burton is not hurting for money.
no.
So he wants his artistic vision. The fact that The
Exactly.
Nightmare Before Christmas even got made, much less released, and has actually become a bit of a tradition for right around Halloween, Christmas, holiday seasons every year. The fact that it actually did that shows just how much the force is with Tim Burton, so to
Mhm.
speak.
Yeah, so he's not just going to roll over. It's like, this is something that,
So your last thought on Tim Burton on.
hell yes.
Here's
I'm
my last
excited
thought.
about
Here's my last thought on this, and we'll wrap this here, okay? Because after this, it's going to be a mic drop.
Well, wait. Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Before you do that,
Yes.
Christina Ricci actually went as Patricia Adams for Halloween, and there's a picture all over the place where you actually see her, and it's like, holy cow! If they brought her back to be like, if they did it as the original, or maybe have just where she's Wednesday has all grown up, and she's like, she's still Wednesday, not exactly.
If anybody could pull that
so-
treatment off, it would be Tim Burton.
Exactly. Just want to point that out there. And somebody also suggested, I can't remember the guy's name. He's off of some USA TV show, but he played Queen in the Bahama Rhapsody movie.
Played Freddie Mercury?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of his
I
name.
can't remember the guy's name. But they said maybe him as Gomez, and I'm like,
Yeah, I could see that. too.
yeah, me too. So, okay, you go for it.
Okay, so are you done?
Yeah.
You done? You done?
I'm done.
Okay, he's done. Okay, now the mic drop here, okay, because as much as I can feel it with Tim Burton doing the Addams Family. What would have really impressed me, Tim Burton on the Munsters, because there's something that has gotten zero love over the years. Addams Family is the cool, sexy compared to the Munsters, old busted. Even I've always been an Addams Family guy. I'm looking forward to someone going to Peacock and doing a really good.
Why
But who-
not?
who
That
would
would be
do-
awesome.
To get Tim Burton to do the Munsters, I think would be
Well,
hilarious.
why can't he do both? Why not? He might.
He doesn't want to typecast himself like that.
Yeah.
I mean, not after Beetlejuice and Frank and Weenie and all the other Family Dog. And
I like how
the
you
other
went from Beetlejuice to Frank.
stuff. He did them both. So anywho, until next time then, Spike,
I'm Chris.
show over. Bye, y'all.
Yeah.
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
Shit. Oh my goodness. I love living here. Oh, shoot. Just a normal day in Mount Sterling.